Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Recording has started.
Hello, kids, and welcome back to another, well, sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's more, but another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. I am Phil. Lilith is here, and of course, we have special guests because we're finally going to get to the next Austin Powers movie. It's been, 2 years or something?
A lot has happened.
Yeah, no shit. All right. Yes, joining us once again is Dianne and Marnell from The Real Housewives.
Hey.
Hello.
Which you can sometimes hear right here.
Sometimes.
Stolen from Rob. All right. So, and of course, you know who else is joining us, Lilith. That's right, Charlie. That's right.
Oh.
Yay. He said he would like his Swedish penis pump placed on his gravestone, please, and thank you.
And if there's one human being in the world who would want to be a puppet after his untimely demise, it would be Charlie Esser. I know this for a fact. All right, so Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
1999. Woo! What a time! What a time!
Before times.
Yeah. Literally before the original Before Time, which was 2001.
Yeah.
That's right. Y2K.
Again, that's what we always say. Like you youngings, you don't know what the 90s were. The 90s were the Wild West.
I think this sums it up, actually, when you think about it. This whole trilogy just sums it up. I mean, you got Jay Roach, who is just like a guy who just does ridiculous movies. Love him the most. Like Dinner for Schmucks, I think is my favorite one. He did Meet the Parents, Mystery Alaska, The Campaign. So that should give you kind of if you've never watched any other things by him.
So apparently, like they've been in talks for a fourth one since the third one.
Austin Powers is Mike Myers is persona non grata in Hollywood ever since The Love Guru. So I don't see that happening.
Oh, Mike Myers, yeah.
Well, and I'm curious, like how would they do a fourth Austin Powers? Like I was sitting there.
James Bond has how many movies?
No, but like,
would you recast?
Like there were so many cringeworthy moments that I'm just like, how it would be like trying to redo Blazing Saddles nowadays. I mean, not nearly to that extent, but like all of the jokes, about race and women and things like that. I'm just like, how, like, because yes,
it's a Netflix.
It's a parody of all of the tropes from
but people
spy
don't
movies.
Understand parody and satire anymore.
Exactly.
Media literacy is dead.
Right. And like, I mean, we live in satire every single day in this country now. So like, you can't really do a movie around it anymore.
I think if you did it on streaming, you could probably get away with it. Let me think. Who was the original distributor of this movie?
You would
either Cinema. So that's the Warner Brothers. So yeah, I think they would do it.
You would
would definitely do it.
You would either have to water it down so much that it just is like a Tyson fight nowadays.
I think that's would do it. Full no
exactly.
Irony.
Or you would have to just completely go all gusto in, like just full on offend everybody, like worse than South Park. Like just go for it. Like you'd have to do one or the two. And both are going to be not well received. So
I don't know. I think there's a lot of millennials and Gen Xers that are just sick of the sanitized garbage that it might actually do well.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just, Austin has to keep, go, to real world, Austin has
Austin woke.
No, yes, well, maybe that too, but it's to keep like a Russian plan from being put in the White House or something, just something.
Bring back Ivana Humpalot.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly. I think it's
yeah.
time to go. Like, since everybody's so obsessed with like midquels and prequels, yeah, why not? Let's
Yep.
totally get into it. Maybe not a continuation, but a prequel.
So the gentleman that I watched it with today, he suggested doing an all Dr. Evil reboot, like just like
yes.
yep, no Austin Powers, just centered around Dr.
I love
Evil.
Dr. Evil, so I'm so down for that.
Well, we're doing the villain backstory. We're making the villains relatable with like Maleficent and God, what's the most recent Wicked? Yeah, like so, like redo it with
First
Dr.
of all,
Evil.
they gave her that name, Wicked Witch of the West. Okay.
Oh, like when you look, but not to get on the Wicked trend, I haven't watched the new one,
I read
but
the
like
book, so I know, and I've seen
looking back at Oz, you were like, oh my God, the good witch was actually evil all along.
Yeah. That pink don't fool me.
No.
Whoa!
Yeah, I wouldn't want one. I think it's just way too late in the game for that at this point. I even wanted one after Goldmember. I think I was pretty much burnt out on Austin Powers after Goldmember. I think the trilogy speaks for itself. It doesn't need to be touched unless it's like a prequel, all Dr. Evil prequel. I would be down for like Austin Powers, the actual character.
Well, you said Wicked. I said what, a Dr. Evil musical?
I mean, and no, Mike Myers loves the musical.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
the little song and dance moment. And then okay, and if you want to make it a musical, then we want to recast. Maybe we do Matthew Broderick. I don't know. Maybe I'll just pitch that out there.
HBO originally in 1999, right after this aired, like so they bought the rights to do an animated series. They were going to do 13 episodes of an animated Austin Powers, but they shelved it. So
yeah, that would be a good way to bring it back.
Yeah,
especially if you guys have seen the previews for Creature Commandos. It seems really like over the top, outrageous, gory, like true adult animation. They've been trying to make that happen for a while, so that they could dust it off.
I mean, like Harley Quinn. I mean, they go full out.
I mean, Creature Commandos is gonna go harder than Harley Quinn.
Really?
Like, yeah, go watch the trailer after this, guys. And James Gunn's on one. And I think he might be cooking. He might be cooking in that kitchen.
Harder than a giant Bane trying to hump a building? Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously. Like, go watch the trailer for Creature Commandos. It's which drops I think December 6th. So
on HBO,
on Max.
On that, well, yeah, whatever they're calling themselves these days. Yeah.
Oh, we might call themselves Stanley. I know.
No, that's what we were making fun of it. We're like, yeah, Max. Yeah, it's like calling yourself.
I don't know why we call it Max. There's no content on there.
When we were watching the Tyson Paul fight, I was telling somebody that I used to sit on my dad's lap and watch Home Box Office. It was not even HBO back then. It was Home Box Office, and like they were just like, oh, I just wonder what that stood for.
Oh my god!
Now it's Max.
When I was a wee lass.
I was trying to explain pay-per-view to my son. I was like, you know, back in the day, you would have to pay just for the
he doesn't watch UFC, right? No,
I know.
WWE has pay-per-view though, right? Technically.
No, it's all on Peacock now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, technically nobody has Peacock, so basically it's pay-per-view. You
yeah,
can cancel it in between the matches.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have to pay for one event. So
we're the only two people in the world that have Peacock, Marnell.
No, I think so. Look, I did a whole thing. I like Peacock actually.
So I'm so tempted.
My house, though.
I'm so tempted to start a new burner email and drop all of my streaming services and restart them with all the stupid Black Friday 99 cents for a year stuff.
Yeah, like, totally do it.
I'm buying a home. Like I'm doubling my mortgage payment every month. So like I need to save some coins somewhere.
Screw the corporations. Get it wherever you find a loophole, do it.
We've decided this year is the year of top ramen.
Oh, wow.
I told you, invest in cans of beans and any other canned food you can.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the end of this episode, kids, when we promote Marnell's OnlyFans.
There's a sneak peek.
You have to pay to get the other foot.
I seriously, I have so many people at work going that like they're not sure if I'm kidding or not that I have an OnlyFans, and they're like, well, like wouldn't somebody recognize you? I'm like, you don't have to show your face, and they're like, And somebody was like, "Oh, I don't have nice feet." And I was like, "You don't have to have nice feet either. There are some curves out there. They pay my mortgage."
Dominatrix mask for Christmas it is.
Parody, gotta love it.
All right, Diane. I don't know which one on that side is mini me, but
She's
Well,
definitely
R.I.P.
a mini-me.
Vern Troyer.
Vern
Oh my
Troyer,
god.
Yeah.
Yep.
man, I hope he made some good money. I mean, he didn't even have a line in this movie. Just I was gonna say sometimes that's easier, but I don't know if that's harder, just because all your comedy has to be so physical.
You mean that wasn't him singing in Just the Two of Us?
I was Mike Myers singing in that.
He had the "You and I" in the really deep voice.
Does anybody who wasn't around at that point in the '90s even get that joke? It's just.
I don't think
I mean, I know they probably gets a song, but I mean that was everywhere back then.
One of my favorite genres of TikTok videos is like Gen Z, like hearing like our music for the first time. Today it was oh god, so there's been Gangster in Paradise, Rage Against the Machine. Oh,
Yeah.
when they hear Rage Against the Machine, I'm like, oh man, hopefully it lights a fire under them.
Yes.
But yeah. Phil Collins in the air. Yeah.
Rage the Phil
Like,
Collins.
you mean that one reference from that Eminem song? Oh, I get it now.
Marnell was cool for that too long.
Oh man, I love I should just cancel all my streaming services. I pretty much just watch TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok and YouTube for long form content.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at this point.
Yeah, no, I get it. Again, the other thing I was trying to explain to my son Y2K. You're worried everything was going to go down. Why? Because the computers were stupid.
I worked at a bank in Y2K. I worked at Wells Fargo. Like,
I'm so sorry. Just because you worked at Wells Fargo.
Yeah. It was a terrible.
That's
Like
the bank where they actually let that lady pass away. Didn't check on her. So
it is. and I was like there, like I knew people who were involved in like the scandal of like opening accounts for the sake of opening accounts, just so that you could beef up your sales numbers. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, big corporation trying to get their numbers in by the end of the quarter. Who ever heard of that?
That's something we learned from this bringing us back to Austin Powers, is like at the end when like
Starbucks.
Not the end, like it ultimately, like capitalism was like, why don't we just go back and like, you know, invest in stuff and like, you know, like we own Starbucks and this is how we make our money. We don't have to be evil. We can just be an evil corporation.
Well, there's no such thing as an honest way to make $1 billion or an ethical billionaire. So
no. God, 1999 when we thought Starbucks was peak coffee.
Okay.
No, like in the movie.
Yeah, that's true. But I thought that was just like a California thing to me, like a West Coast thing. I didn't know how like now I look at Starbucks and it's everywhere, and I'm just so disgusted.
No,
Even Target. It took my Little Caesars out of my Target. Okay.
I lived in Seattle in 1999. Yeah, I like.
So you know real coffee.
Well, real coffee is here in Alaska. Like we have local coffee and it's fantastic. But no, we don't.
Drinking their Starbucks, listening to Nirvana.
I've never understood the appeal of Starbucks ever.
I literally have flannel.
Scratch.
90s kid. No, Dunkin' Donuts is taking over the coffee now. It's
boo to Dunkin' Donuts too.
I mean, there's Dunkin' Donuts
I
around
have to
here.
say
People
that.
will like wrap around the building for the drive-through, come out onto the highway. The line comes out onto the highway.
Definitely in the East. I've noticed that when I've traveled back east, Dunkin' is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Heritage, which is our local coffee, it's Dutch Bros. If I have to go someplace else, I gotta find a Dutch Bros.
Is that your mojo?
I don't
It's
buy
got to be
coffee
nitro
anymore.
infused. You don't do caffeine?
No, since I had to start paying for my health insurance, more for my health insurance, bastards. That's one thing that's out of my budget is going out for fancy coffee. Even Starbucks is too expensive.
Oh, I thought you were saying I got to keep myself healthy now because I'm paying more for health insurance.
Oh God, no! I'm just getting old, and
But,
I
no,
work for a
caffeine,
healthcare
some people
corporation,
need.
so you know.
Diane can't be down at the bottom of a marine going, I broke a leg. It's getting gangrenous.
Okay. No, there's the other one.
Starting to smell like almonds.
Oh no! Oh no! Did you guys know it was nominated for best makeup?
Best
at the
makeup.
Academy Awards?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
For all
I
20
saw
characters
that.
Mike Myers played. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it like were they considering the fat bastard the makeup? Because
Well,
like
Dr. Evil too. I mean, Mike Myers played 3 different characters in this thing.
true, almost 4. He was supposed to play a 4th, but he didn't.
As long as they were not considering Will Ferrell's makeup to be the best makeup portion of the event.
No, I don't think so. I do like that there's the Space Needle in Seattle is the lair. I thought that was really funny.
And that it was a
For some
Starbucks
reason.
complete with baristas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, the part of the CIA that you can visit, even to just work at the Starbucks, you have to have a very extensive background check just to even work the Starbucks that's in the CIA. And I just find that really funny. I've known that for a really long time. Every time I just see like something like that, I'm just like, no, that tracks totally.
I've heard that. That is really funny. Like, could you imagine being the barista at the CIA?
And they only pay $770, whatever, $725 too.
Oh
Allegedly.
man,
That's rank.
better make bank on tips.
The one thing in the world the government's not overpaying.
Yeah.
So what else? Oh, they could
This
do
is
that.
time travel. Like, how do we feel? Like, this is like a silly movie doing time travel makes it time travel a little more palatable for me. I hate like serious movies that do time travel. I'm just like, because you can never do the perfect time travel movie because it's always going to be some gaping plot holes just for the sake of it. Because time travel is not real, allegedly.
I love
At
that
least
Basil.
backwards time travel is not real.
Basil, I love that he told us to ignore like the plot holes.
And Austin Powers says, "Oh, my eyes are crossing."
Exactly.
Oh, you appreciate that he went back to 1969, Lil. Come on.
Of course I do. What other year was it gonna be? Let's be real. We're talking about shagging and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But they couldn't do Fat Bastard today, right? That's
No, they
No
totally could.
way.
No. That shaming is back in full effect, my friends.
Really?
We can totally do
Yeah.
that. Unfortunately, we are going to the cocaine heroin chic of the early 2000s and late 90s, and I do not like it. It's giving me the trauma of calling Jessica Simpson a size 4 fat. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So we could totally get away with that now. Totally.
Ultra low rise trauma.
Yeah, whale tails, the whole deal. I'm not happy. The kids are not learning the lessons, unfortunately.
It's all cyclical. I mean,
Yeah.
when in the 90s, like we were trying to bring back bell bottoms, like making that a thing. It's all cyclical. That's why I have a closet.
Boot cut jeans are the best cut of jeans, and I will not be taking any for the culture.
Forever. You will not pry my boot cut from my cold dead hands. Literally.
Once everybody
it's
learns that, I
out.
feel like once everybody accepts that, we can like turn into the society from Star Trek. Like we just
Exactly.
have to embrace it.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
just feeling still sheltered that we could potentially get away with Fat Bastard in this day and age. 'Cause,
I'm
oh my
sorry to
God.
break it to you. We're definitely going backwards as a society a little bit, unfortunately.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So if I remember it right, in Goldmember, he actually got gastric bypass, didn't he? Like he was no longer Fat Bastard.
I haven't rewatched Goldmember in a long time.
Oh, wow, he might have, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
feel
I've
like
ever seen it, so...
Oh no, you have. You just blocked it out. It's terrible.
It is, but like I was watching some clips on TikTok, and Goldmember clips were coming up, and like of course they were mostly Beyonce, which I could appreciate, but yeah. I mean, they're all terrible movies, but we loved them when they came out.
It's all we had, man.
Yeah. We didn't know any better.
I blocked having seen this one before, and then when I sat down and watched it today, I was like, oh, I have seen this.
$312 million off a $33 million budget.
The biggest grossing film of all three.
Yeah.
And we have this film to thank for Heather Graham not becoming a porn star. A regular porn star, not like the Boogie Nights things she did. But she was supposed to star in a softcore lesbian porn film.
Okay, now I'm mad at this movie, actually.
when she got the call
Slower. Okay.
When she got the call for this movie, she of course accepted this and turned down the other role. And the first thing she did when she got paid for this movie was she went out and bought the movie she was supposed to star in. She bought a copy of it.
Oh, how funny.
It did not name the movie. I kind of wanted to know so I could seek it out.
Well, if it's softcore, I mean, honestly,
bring me every Cinemax film from 1999.
Right.
And
yeah.
We did Boogie Nights as a group.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yep. But I mean, I think this is like what put her into like legitimate stardom rather than, that's a horrible thing to say, legitimate. Like, look at the porn stars now, like
more mainstream.
They're legitimate. Well, yeah, mainstream. That's a good way to put it.
This was before Boogie Nights, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't in any softcore pornos. Just baby, yeah.
I mean, I heard they did have to like have some restraint on those sex scenes though. And
they even had to tone down the language.
Well, stupid Americans.
Yeah. Have you guys heard?
Prudish. Like, I don't understand.
Oh, no. Have you heard what the names are for the movie Around the World? Because they couldn't use shag in a lot of places.
I know one of them is like
oh no, do share.
In Malaysia, it's the slang for feel good or whatever. I know that one.
Okay, so the raunchiest one, of course, is actually German.
Of course.
It translates to the spy who ejaculated on me.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
No, was that the German? Oh, sorry, that was Norwegian. That was the Norwegian one. German was the spy in the secret missionary position.
Oh my god.
Croatia, it is the spy who groped me. In Brazil, it's the spy good in bed. In conservative China, it is the spy who liked me a lot. And
oh my god.
So let's see, where is this from? Singapore. It's the spy who shoiked me, which translates to the spy who treated me nicely. And in the most conservative of all, and my personal favorite, Malaysia, the spy who behaved very nicely around me.
Like, grow up.
The first film couldn't even be shown in Malaysia. It was too pornographic.
Oh. Wow.
So, you think we're Puritans in the U.S.? Like, yeah.
More pornographic than Machine Gun Jubblies?
How did I miss those?
Try foreplay.
The soundtrack was amazing, though. I still have the soundtrack, actually. Lenny Kravitz, American Woman, and Madonna, Beautiful Stranger in her light discotheque era. Or new discotheque era.
That's what I miss from the 90s is movies with like good soundtrack, like
original, soundtracks.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes even if the movie wasn't good, the soundtrack would be good.
That's usually the case. The worse the movie, the better the soundtrack. I don't know why.
So most of the CDs that I scammed BMG Music out of were soundtracks.
Are you talking about the 10 for a penny?
Yep.
Those burner mail addresses.
Yep. That's why I never
Kids
do.
don't know today that music
Yeah,
used
right.
to come in the mail. Internet used to come in the mail. Netflix used to come in the mail. Everything came in the mail.
I had a subscription to DVD Netflix. Yep.
Same here.
Supposedly, is there like one or two left of those machines left? I mean, they're
No, they're what is it? The red boxes.
Redbox.
Oh,
Yeah,
Red
they're
Box.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
And I heard people were like taking the boxes, and people are like they're not charging you when you rent them, but eventually they will. Right before they declare the final bankruptcy, they're gonna see all those try to go. We're getting that money.
Although physical media is making a comeback, people are starting
They just didn't hold on long enough.
You have to.
Yeah. One, I mean the whole digital rights crap. You don't actually own a movie, even if you do purchase it on a platform, you don't actually own it. Two,
All the PlayStation people are like, yes, tell us, Marnell. Tell us.
Yep. And then books that can be edited because they are on your electronic device.
Or just any streaming service, they can take anything off at any time.
Yep. And then, the possibility of a Christo-fascist regime and the censorship. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we're having a lot of banned books lately. It's unfortunate. I didn't think I'd live long enough to see that make a fashionable return. Fashionable return. Ooh, I think my grandma was right. We might be living in the last days. I was like, why is it gonna be my time? I couldn't think.
Oh God, I hope so.
I don't know. I was watching
like if you ever watch South Park, it's like they pushed off the deal to our generation. I'm definitely pushing it off to Gen Beta.
It's always again. I was watching one of those old Twilight Zone episodes today from the '60s, and they were talking about like Nazis, and I'm like, why does this seem topical? 60-year-old episode. Why does this seem topical?
Well, to be fair, Twilight Zone was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
There was a conspiracy that Rod Sterling was a time traveler. I could see it. Although he did get the moon distance wrong, so maybe he did it on purpose, maybe he didn't.
In this reality. But
exactly.
Oh, nice.
He had to camouflage his secret.
He
had to get something wrong.
Series one day on Patreon with you ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to go over the Mandela stuff. Oh,
that's my personal special interest, actually, and Charlie's too. So that's one thing we shared. So I would love to discuss Mandela.
That's right, the Mandela effect.
You know what I found was crazy was like all the just people that were playing themselves. Like you had Elvis Costello, Jerry Springer, Rebecca
Remain,
yeah.
Before she was
Woody Harrelson.
Woody
would do anything. Woody Harrelson will literally do anything for $1, bro.
And a smoke, if you know what I mean.
Well, so Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello have done a lot together, though, so I wasn't surprised to see that combination.
Well, and then aren't they were both in this movie? Weren't Woody Harrelson and Willie Nelson like good friends?
Yeah,
oh, I'm sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Can you believe how old he is? Is it still on tour? Like, jeez, Willie. Now I'm telling you, if that's not the poster boy for how healthy marijuana can be for you, I don't know what is. He needs to like make. I don't want no more deals with like Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson. Willie Nelson needs to come out and have a dispensary, the whole deal. I want the exact strain he's smoking.
Oh yeah, well it's gonna have a big celebration after this marathon.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually really shocked that he never like got in on that. Like, because I know he had some financial troubles.
For him.
What's that?
I think that might be too much of a business for him. He's very
he's
a very good
he's 91 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Still got his wits about him.
Yeah.
Touring, strumming that guitar of his. It's crazy.
God, he's worth a lot of money.
I love Fred Willard though. I really do.
Oh yeah, it was kind of cool to see him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of little surprises. I heard Marnell mention Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah.
I love
cameo.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yep. Did you guys notice that Demi Moore was one of the producers?
No, I didn't know.
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay, side Demi Moore thing. Lilith, have you seen The Substance?
Yes.
Oh, we should do
it
that
has
one.
a lot to say, and I would love to deconstruct that movie with someone. So if you guys ever review it, please feel free to contact me because I have lots of feelings about that movie.
I do too.
I haven't seen it, so
It's a body horror film,
and I love body horror and not just for the sake of body horror, but actually it has something that really crazy to say.
Yes.
I haven't seen anybody badmouth this movie, so I feel like people get it, and I think this is it's an important movie with the time that we're in right now, with that whole like skinny to death thing coming back, and people not loving themselves, and all the stuff that's been pushed to people. I think it's a really important movie.
To do full nudity at 61, and she looked fantastic, but she was no 22-year-old or anything. I just think that's amazing that she did
was
that.
brave enough.
Yeah. Yep. And there was a lot of nudity, like a lot. I think she spent about 90% of the movie. Her and the other, what's it called? What?
I said, how much was there? A lot?
Like a lot. Like a lot. A lot.
Not a trillion, a billion.
Exactly.
A gazillion jillion.
So why do we think they killed off Vanessa? Like, was she just quote unquote one of those women that were difficult to work with?
Well, they switched the female lead every movie, so I mean,
they didn't have to though.
Yeah.
So she was doing Ed TV. She was filming Ed TV, and she did this appearance during a break between Ed TV and another thing that she was shooting. And also because that spy movies had a tendency to have a new female lead every time. So yeah.
Damn you, Sean Connery.
So
no, that's just Ian Fleming actually. Blame Ian.
Yeah. So the other issue with the somebody that was supposed to be in the movie who had in the first Austin Power, Dr. Evil wasn't supposed to be played by Mike Myers. It was supposed to be played by Jim Carrey.
Oh,
I could never see that.
Right? That would be terrible.
Like, he actually doesn't like Mike Myers, so I mean, I've known that for a really long time. Like, they have had words and exchanges, so I find that kind of interesting.
There's only one business in the world that you can work with somebody that you hate.
No, Jim Carrey, like, ever since Truman Show, has been a different person, and so I just couldn't imagine him doing this movie with Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I did hear though that Mike Myers based Dr. Evil. His impression is based off Lorne Michaels.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like if you hear him do the voice, I'm like, okay, I see it.
Talk about somebody that's pure evil.
You
You gotta be to run a show like SNL. I'm just saying. For like 70 years or whatever.
50, yeah, it's season 50. I mean,
Did you see that? Did you see the they have like that movie about the first night that SNL went live? I'm like, no one cares. I'm sorry. Like, who's
although they harsh on Chevy Chase, and I'm all about the Chevy Chase hate. Like, I would watch it for that.
Yeah, from what I hear, I don't think he's a good person, Chevy Chase.
No. Yeah.
I gotta ask you guys,
I've known that since Community.
This is very SNL adjacent, but have you all seen Harper and Will?
No, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
It is a documentary about one of Will Ferrell's best friends who used to write for SNL who came out as trans.
I heard right. That. Yeah.
They go on a road trip.
Really, really good.
Well,
yeah,
I love Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Did you hear what Will Ferrell did to P. Diddy when P. Diddy was one of the musical guests?
No.
So apparently Will Ferrell has this thing where he will be on set all of the time pretending to be like he wears a disguise and he pretends to be one of the crew members just working on set. And P. Diddy demanded a closed set for rehearsal. And the writers dared Will Ferrell to go in there as the crew member character that he does. And he totally just pissed off Diddy to no end. And I'm like, right on, Will Ferrell.
Another reason I love him.
Right?
Yeah, I heard stories like they said like no matter what, you could torture him as much as you want, that he would never break character on that show. Even like behind the scenes, like he'd be doing impressions for them, and they try to torture, like the Cavs would try to torture him. He would never break character. He's like one of those guys.
Who's your favorite character in this one? I love Scott. Poor Scott.
Zip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's not so much a character, but the interplay between Dr. Evil and Scott. That's my favorite part, and the zip it. That was so funny. If a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
Oh, you don't even understand how elementary kids.
Oh, yeah.
I had a cousin who would do that.
Oh yeah. That's the Caesar Milan thing.
Like if you're trying to talk, they're just like gibberish, and it's just like my neurodivergency can never.
I just love the Alan Parsons Project. Why don't you just call it Operation Wang Chung ass?
Rip off.
Or he's doing the lines with Jerry Maguire. He's like, it's the same. That movie's not gonna be out for 30 years. They don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So not an actual human character, but I loved the space rocket.
A returning gag.
They actually it did so well in the screening that they actually went and reshot a bunch of the ongoing gag about, like Wang or Johnson, like they went back and reshot, like I think there was only 3 or 4, and then they just made it like a whole series. So I and now to have actual billionaires, I mean this aids to the time traveler theory, to have actual billionaires making rockets that look like penises. Like, it's got to be time travel. Like, the writers of this movie went, yeah, this is totally a thing in the future.
I mean, boys have always, like, if you look at, like, old-fashioned cars, like, that's just boys' obsession. That's what they do. Especially Elon Musk, who loves to put 69 and 420 in literal legal documents as much as he can.
Another great SNL skit, the ambiguously gay duo.
I love that. Yes.
Oh, and their car that looks like a penis. Love it.
It's just a natural evolution.
Dianne, I'll try and find a TikTok for you. Send it to you.
You're gonna have to send me a TikTok.
I still personally curate her feed.
She's my curator.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a curator, honestly. Because I will say, I spent just a tad too much.
Oh yeah.
I must say, if you guys aren't on Blue Sky, get on Blue Sky. It's a much.
I'm on there.
Okay, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
I canceled my Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm dead naming it.
Well, yeah, that's the only appropriate thing to do.
To cancel.
Although, I did hear that we're calling, since you can't really call them tweets anymore, we're calling them excretions, and I love that for him.
That sounds about right.
I told Marnell.
Phil's final straw was when they made him pay to stream.
Oh,
I ain't paying him. Yeah, I'm paying him shit.
Getting my money.
I've heard that we call it twatter, which I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's offensive to twats. But anyway.
Oh, what about speaking of? What about Ivana Humpalot?
Yes, I love her. I love Kristen. First of all, she's an amazing actress. So underrated.
Yeah.
I love that she pulled off a really sexy role. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Sex in the City. I think that's the last time I saw her, where she's the girl that commits suicide, right? Falls out that window because she's smoking.
Didn't watch it.
I don't watch Sex in the City, but I do watch TikToks of feminists ripping it apart, and I love that.
As they should.
Dexter.
If they would have actually went with the fact that she was a sex worker, it would have been a much more interesting angle.
Save that for the OnlyFans, buddy.
Oh God. Are you ashamed of
Everybody in the house has to pull their weight.
My dog has an OnlyFans.
Perich, just sign up for the OnlyFans. You get butthole me wants the dog.
As a little kid, I didn't really understand. I probably still don't understand. If the mojo was like an actual physical essence or something, like I don't get that.
Yeah,
MacGuffin.
I had to
fine,
laugh.
but still.
I pulled up the Wikipedia, and the Wikipedia said the film centers on Dr. Evil returning again from cryostasis to strike at Powers from the past, using a time machine to remove Powers' charisma or mojo and deprive him of whatever qualities made him an effective secret agent so he could no longer interfere with Evil's plans. I was like, no, his mojo meant he couldn't get laid. That's what it meant.
It meant he couldn't get it up. That's what it is.
Right.
I feel like we could. I feel like we could spend a full hour dissecting the fact that it was taken out of Austin Powers.
Mojo.
Well, it was taken out of Austin Powers' groin area, and then Dr. Evil later drank it. Like,
I mean, they're planning. They have scat playing this when they're looking at fat bastards poo. So I mean, what do you
That's
want
very
from
true.
this movie?
he left a floater.
This coffee tastes like shit. No, Austin, it is shit.
A little
It's
nutty.
hey,
It's
bit
nutty. That's right. Nutty.
Oh my god, the 90s were wild.
It would put a Victorian child into a coma for sure.
Oh, clutch the pearls.
Oh, I do love the volcano layer. I love the layers. Like, I'm just rooting for the bad guys at this point in my old age. Like, every time I'm like, you know what? I think the villains had a point.
Right.
Lil yearns for a secret volcano lair.
I do. Filled with bazookas and tanks. Golden machine guns of Rambo 2. Yes.
And sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
Of course. I would never villain monologue. I'm just going to make sure you're dead.
Right.
All she needs is lasers and attach them to those dogs' heads. How many dogs do you have now? 4 or 5?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Me?
Oh, okay, Lilith.
Who are you talking? You're talking
These
about
army.
Lilith. You can't be talking
A
about
fur
me or
baby
Marnell.
army.
Yeah, I was like, I got the 2.
Oh no. She
Oh,
has-
that's not a pack. You need a pack. A sled dog pack.
I'm about to double my mortgage. There's
Former
only
life,
so many
man.
flea picks I can take.
Dogs are worth it, man. I don't know
Yeah.
about kids. Dogs are worth it. Sorry, Bill.
the world doesn't even know.
I gotta tell you, stepkids, Lilith. They're
They're
a trial.
bonus kids.
They're a trial.
Shut up, Lilith. You have kids now.
I know, but I can actually give them back shortly, soon. Not that I don't love them. I don't like living in a childproof home.
Just to lock up all her alcohol and her.
My
I mean,
edibles and my
they're-
guns and
They're just
my
like
porn.
real kids. You have to love them. You don't have to like them.
Oh no, I love and like them both. I just need me time.
Oh.
So what else in this movie? Oh, they went to space.
Yeah, I do like the Volkswagen though. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's his time
That
machine.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a nice little play. I'm like, it's not a DeLorean, but close enough.
And those things were big in the late '90s. Those.
Oh yeah. Although I hate Starbucks and Volkswagen Beetles because of Fight Club. If you know, you know.
That's a movie we all got to do.
I just rewatched
yes.
that and I don't know. I'm embarrassed now. What did I miss?
Been a while.
Everything. That's
I
the angst of a
guess,
generation. Truly one of the best movies of the 90s, specifically 1999.
Yeah, I'm just totally like.
God, was
Starbucks
that
and
99?
Volkswagens. I'm
Yeah,
totally
it was.
missing the references.
I'm missing the Volkswagen one.
Oh, because they when they put the bird poop.
Oh, yeah. They
And-
spread seed all over the Volkswagen lot, and the birds shat on all of it.
Okay.
And that was
okay.
actually Brad Pitt and Edward Norton's idea because they felt like that was the embodiment of like, oh, it was the hippie car, and now it's like the yuppie car. And that was their idea to literally shit all over Volkswagen.
The Volkswagen. Make me think of. I see a Volkswagen and I think of Ted Bundy.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
That was his preferred car.
Yep. Little yellow or gold Volkswagen Beetle with no
Definitely a
internal
kind of
drive,
bronze one.
no internal doorknob.
Ah.
Yeah,
You know what's funny? Like all the luxury cars now are trying to do those hidden door handles on the inside and outside. I don't like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
another
No,
genre
thank
of
you.
TikTok video is people trapped in their EVs because like
Oh,
the
yeah.
doors won't open
Power goes out. Yeah.
and they don't know where the release is for the door. I'm like, you are recording yourself on a thing. They could look that up.
They do it for the clicks and views, Marnell. Come
Yeah.
on.
And I fall for it every time because, I mean, who doesn't laugh like a dumb rich people?
The thing that makes me mad is Dr. Evil had such great hench people. He would just let the hench people do their job. Could have won.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said about people who could have lived a much better life had they not, like, reached for more money and fame and power. You know, they'd be richer, they'd probably have much better lives, but, you know, they have to go into public office for some reason.
Like I say, or leaders who aren't that smart and could just let the people around them run things, but they don't.
Yeah, it's just kind of timely, kind of interesting.
It's always timely.
It knows.
Stupid white men.
Not all white men, Phil. Just
Thank you. Just the ones with money. Yeah.
Well, again, there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. Not even Warren Buffett.
Nope.
So
Nope.
Jeff Bezos was certainly quite happy to bend the knee. So, yeah, no ethical
ever
billionaires.
since the WAPO went,
Yeah.
whatever. That's been side-eyed. And I try to not give him so much money, but convenience. Yada, yada, yada.
Living in the last frontier, yada, 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 yada.
I thought that was Florida. It's the wild, wild South down here.
Yeah, poor Lilith in Florida.
But also planting the device in Fat Bastard's anus, just it's a lot of stuff, man. We just really we just took for granted. We just don't do stuff like that anymore.
I'm really disappointed
you can get away with that even in a remake of this movie.
I'm really disappointed in the double standard with Austin Powers. Like he would have slept with a chick for
He did in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like double standard much.
Yeah.
Well,
Of course it is, though. That's I mean, yeah.
It's the 90s.
Women don't have too many good double standards, actually.
No. And of course the insecurity of the mediocre white man. You are not mediocre, Phil.
Thank you.
Oh, and my favorite part is when Dr. Evil and Mini-Me leave for the moon to install the laser. I love that little sequence. It's so cute.
I love when Austin, after Felicity dies and he just goes back at 10 minutes in the time machine. Who are you? I'll be from 10 minutes from now. And Dr. Evil just sitting there. Oh, thank you. Fire the laser.
And then, the mojo was in you all along. Like, that's the moral of the story.
You had the power to go home all along, Dorothy.
You just have to wait.
I just needed you to kill that wizard
and get that bitch's shoes.
Wow.
Uh,
You know the crazy thing in the book, they're silver. So that is cool as ruby red slippers.
Probably not as impressive on screen.
True, because it wasn't like kind of like Technicolor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
come
that
on
movie-
every Thanksgiving, and for some reason it doesn't come on every Thanksgiving anymore. It really pisses me off.
who owns it now? It's probably on some streamer.
Well, it's on it. If it's MGM, it should be Amazon or MGM Plus, which they own. So it's hard to find the original.
Mm-hmm. Now the
It
classic.
doesn't break my heart that it doesn't come on. That movie terrified me as a kid. I still don't like it.
I love me some flying monkeys. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Oh, then don't ever see Return to Oz with little Farousa Balk from The Craft.
From The Craft.
Now that is true nightmare fuel.
Okay, good to know.
From the sci-fi channel, like early 2000s. It is nightmare fuel.
Good to know. Marnell's putting
Right,
it in
it's
her
out.
list
Oh,
of
nightmares,
things
yeah,
to watch.
see?
I am like, where is it streaming?
She's like, is this on TikTok somewhere?
Probably. If you watch it live, if you know, you know. They always have movies streaming over there.
I love it when people like there were people who were doing the Tyson Paul fight live and like I love when they do new
Not
movies
gonna lie, I
live.
saw the first 30 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was just like, wait a minute. I was, if it wasn't so late at night, I would have watched the whole damn thing and not seen it in theaters at all. I fell asleep, so unfortunately I did have to go spend money on that.
Oh my god, this looks awful. I have
Yes.
to watch it.
Make sure you have Dianne with you. Give her nightmares for the rest of her life. It's truly terrifying, especially if you're a young child. It's messed up, man.
Like this is Veruza before the worst witch.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, she was always destined to be a real life witch, honestly.
She
think.
bought the witchy bookstore that was in the craft.
Yep. Oh man, I don't know about this movie though. Like I was rewatching it, I'm just like, I laughed at this. Like this, like
Right?
I deep belly. I remember this as a child. Me and my friends watched this during slumber parties and just deep belly chuckles. It was the original memes for us. Like this is the original meme movie for us.
Yep, we quoted this so hard.
I'm glad to hear you guys say that you're kind of questioning that now, because I was like, man, this movie.
It's definitely of its time.
Could it be any
Oh, yeah.
worse? Yeah. But then it sounds like we may end up doing Goldmember at some point. It sounds like Goldmember is worse, Lilith. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
You got to round out the trilogy.
Yeah, you do. I for me, it's Beyonce. When they were trying to force Beyonce and everything, she really can't act. It's bad. But once you get past the Beyonce point, like halfway through the movie, it gets a little bearable. But that's just for me. Like I really hate when they put actresses and actors that like were like singers or otherwise not actors, and they try to give them a vehicle. It just, yeah, it was like the early days of Beyonce, post Destiny's Child. It's the whole thing. I have all the feelings about that.
Okay, I gotta.
Kelly
whisper
Rowland should have been the star.
I gotta whisper this. Yeah, like Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, you better whisper that. She's gonna pop out of nowhere and hit you in the back of your head.
I love you, dear. I just said nothing bad about your favorite singer.
Well, to be fair, I feel like Justin Timberlake is an actor who can sing. Like he was meant to be an actor. If you know, you know. He's just an actor. It's like Ryan Gosling is an actor who can actually sing. People actually forget that. I think probably the Barbie movie reminded people of his Mickey Mouse Club days, where he actually was singing like Jodeci as a small child to teenager girls. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah.
Okay, so love it or hate it, Southland Tales.
Eh.
I
Really?
got totally kicked out. Sorry.
That's all right.
We're still talking about Justin Timberlake. Like I have this weird thing with Southland Tales where like I hate the movie, but I can't not watch it. Like it's fascinating. And I mean,
For me, it's Crossroads. If I see that movie, I stop what I'm doing. It's so bad, but it's Britney.
I just like, God, what else has Justin Timberlake been in?
I think
There was
Out of Time is a pretty good movie for him.
Too
That
much.
is.
Too much.
There was one where he played like
Oh,
a
when he
kid.
kidnapped that kid?
Yeah.
That one was pretty okay too.
Oh my God, he voiced a troll in Trolls.
Of course
Yep.
he did.
More than one.
Phil knows that all too well. See, if you would have married somebody like Backstreet Boys, you wouldn't have had to go do that.
Oh, like that's better.
It is actually.
That's funny.
You like what you like, though. No judges.
I told you I'm trying to get her to do a debate with you. Which better?
I'll go band for band.
She doesn't want to get on here.
One of the 90s and 2000s, I can go band for band.
I was
It's
waiting
just like
for
what they try to like. Listen, I like Matt Damon as much as the next person, but unfortunately, Ben Affleck is more talented. Sorry, it's not even subjective. It's subjective at this point. I proved it to you, Phil.
Come on, Dogma 2.
I mean, actually,
that's all Kevin
did
Smith
you
can do
know
is
that
sequels.
got the rights back to Dogma?
Mm-hmm.
Finally,
He did.
and you know how he
Yep.
loves to revisit the well. So
Yep.
I will be expecting Dogma in at least 2030. Dogma
Yep.
2030. Mark my
He is
words.
saying that Dogma 2 is in the works. That there's definitely
Yeah.
plans for it. So.
Unfortunately,
It's not Clerk 6. I'm fine. That well is dry, bud.
unfortunately, we will
the
have
first movie.
Alan Rickman. That'll suck.
Yeah.
No voice of God.
Maybe no Chris Rock too if we get lucky. But anyway.
Oh!
I don't know. I thought that the
No
movie
George
did wrap up
Carlin,
like way
no
too
Carrie
easily.
Fisher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Time takes everything away from us.
It does.
Yes.
I haven't been right since Betty White passed away. If I'm going to be honest, I've just been numb to everything. And then they're just taking everybody at like a super fast rate, and it's just like, oh, my child is literally dead.
I just feel bad.
I'm going to
Betty
tell
White-
you, in
Betty White hit the
2016,
99.
in 2016, when Leonard Cohen and David Bowie died, I was like,
David
that's
Bowie.
it.
No, and that's seriously when like the world
timeline
really
started to
started.
go
Yeah,
wrong.
just slid down into the gutter. Yep.
Yep.
It was when David Bowie died.
I'm glad he didn't have to see what this world became. Good for
Yeah,
him.
Yes.
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. What was the? Oh God. When Kenny Rogers died, something really big happened right after that, and the joke was, well, he knew when to fold him.
We gotta keep laughing to keep from crying.
He died in 2020. He died in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Yep. March of 2020, right before COVID, had a stranglehold on the earth. Yep.
Then you get those people who die, and then either a bigger celebrity dies, or something tragic happens, or something big happens, and it's just
They're totally overshadowed.
knocked out of
Yeah.
the news.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad that Scott got a mom that loved him though. When he found out that he was the love child of Dr. Evil and Frau, I was like, she'll love him. She'll take care of him. I love Mindy Sterling. She was a good person to have in this movie.
I'm gonna look her up and see what else she was in, because I don't know her from anything else, and she's pretty damn funny.
She's hilarious. You should look up other stuff that she's been in.
I did have a slight cringe with the LPGA thing with Unibrow, her girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, that
Unibrow.
joke would not stand up today.
Thank goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of things have come
Did
a
you guys
long
know?
way.
Did you guys know that there was actually an Austin Powers TV movie?
No.
Yeah.
Who was
so I
in
found
it?
this out today. It was on MTV, and it was called Austin Powers Electric Psychedelic Pussycat Swingers Club.
What? That sounds vaguely familiar.
It
Actually,
does.
It was
because I lived on MTV.
It was like an introduction to the movie. It was around the same time that the first movie came out, and it was like a promotional thing for the first movie.
Huh.
Oh yeah, April 29th, 1997.
Interesting.
Oh my. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Something else to find out where that's streaming, Marn. Let us know.
Yeah.
Also, I love the fact that I love the monkeys. I used to watch reruns of it late night on whatever satellite station it was. But when I knew I wasn't supposed to be up, when I heard the monkeys, hey, where are the monkeys? And I just actually fell in love with them. I thought they were better than the Beatles, and You Can Fight Me. I don't care. I hate the Beatles actually. So
and I liked Michael
I'm a believer on
Verdini.
this. I was like, yes. And it's not like the Smash Mouth version.
And I liked Mike over Davey any day.
That's
Everybody was a
at
fan. So there were two other names that were floated for this movie. Austin Powers 2, The Wrath of Khan, but they couldn't get the rights to it. And then Austin Pussy, as in Octopussy.
Oh my god.
Also
Yeah.
banned.
Yeah, that would have never.
That never would have made it in China.
Nope.
I mean, I'm surprised they let Goldmember fly, actually. Now that
it was probably renamed, and we'll have to look that up when we do that podcast.
No, you're trying to hand wave it like the word member and be like, oh no, he's a member of a club. No. Yeah.
That's what the members only jackets were.
Exactly. But this cast was so talented. Everybody went on, well, with the exception of Vern Troyer, because it's a gag character. They went on to do a lot of different stuff. So
Speaking of
Tim Robbins as the president kind of made me giggle.
I like when he went back in time. And,
that was kind of a nice surprise.
I like when he went back in time, and number one was Rob Lowe.
Yeah,
I love Rob Lowe. I do.
I do too.
Him and Robert Downey Jr. secret lovers. That's my headcanon. You can't change my mind.
Oh, jeez.
I usually don't ship real people, but that chemistry is palpable. I'm sorry, it just is.
Subscribe to our Patreon. We'll give you access to Will Hellfire's hard drive.
It's like telling the writer Elijah Wood. I just know something's going on there besides friendship. I'm sorry.
You have all kinds of like headcanons. I'm like, don't even ask her about Superman being a power bottom. No.
Like, so this is how Lilith makes her money to support her pack of dogs, is she just writes fan fiction about all of this.
You'll never guess my pen name on AO3 or Fanfic.net or Wattpad. You'll never guess it. Don't worry about it.
Something 69. I know that's what it is.
That's too obvious, babe. You'll never guess it.
Something 42069. Yeah.
You'll never guess it.
I'm halfway there. All right. Anything else about this movie, or should we wrap this up?
Everybody do your favorite quote, and then we can wrap it up.
Oh man!
Oh,
Now
God.
you're gonna have to make me look through my notes.
Oh, I know my favorite quote.
Ow! You shot me, a-hole.
You stole it. Yeah.
You always quote it like all the time, Phil.
I know. I love when he turns on the speaker. Ow! You shot me, you a-hole.
So mine was from Felicity Shagwell, and she actually had to change the real line to keep the PG-13 rating. So when Austin told her, "You're really good on your feet," and she goes, "I'm really good off my feet," it was supposed to be, "I'm really good on my back."
Of course.
And
Oh!
so, yeah, but I'm really good off my feet.
I thought it was.
Oh, for me, it's the beginning. I can't believe Vanessa, my bride, my one true love, the woman who taught me the beauty of monogamy, was a fembot all along. Wait a tick. That means I'm single again. Oh, behave. I was like, oh, here we go again.
I can't do the Scottish accent, but I ate a baby, the other white meat.
I want my baby.
Chili's baby back ribs. Which
Barbecue sauce.
I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go. Are you happy? No, of course I'm not happy. I got bigger titties than you did.
Although I think it's sweet if somebody offers you like fried chicken after sex. I mean, call me old fashioned.
Oh God, I'm
I
dead
think I
sick.
should vomit.
Also, Mini-Me. No, we don't gnaw on our kitty. Leave Mini. No, leave Mini. Mr. Pickle. Let him. Stroke him. I'm like, correct.
That's a little correct. All right.
Solid C+ though.
Oh, C+.
Yeah, movies don't have to age, but with a fully developed prefrontal cortex, It's funny, but like 90s funny, and that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
All good comedies belong in the 90s and the early 2000s.
It was a much simpler time.
Like I said, we were trying to get Justin in here too, but he was busy tonight. If we do the third one, we have to get these two and Justin together.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a hoot and a holler for sure.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get it? A hoot and a holler.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, behave.
It's me, your old pal the owl.
We nicknamed him Hootie, and I go, well, he also does a podcast with like Phil and Ray, and I go, oh, Hootie and his blowfish, good for him.
Another great 90s
Well,
reference.
that escalated quickly.
Serious, I'm not Hootie Rucker.
All right. But yes, thank you, ladies, for joining us. Anything you want to?
Thank you.
Marnell, the OnlyFans. Hit it. Go ahead. Promote it.
You'll never figure out my username either.
That's no way to make money.
Hey, I
People that need to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
invite only. Okay.
It caters to a very particular crowd.
It has something to do with being 4'11 and having, well,
Oh,
feet.
are you saying your sister's making little person porn? Is that what you're saying?
R.I.P. Vern Troyer. The OG tripod.
It's like a baby's fist holding a baby's arm holding an apple.
That was one of the best gags. Along with the tent gag.
Oh, the tent. Yes. Oh, that's so. Oh, sorry, it went off. Oh.
Just keep cramming it in. It'll fit.
Here's a drop.
I had a dime for every time.
But yes, kids,
Sane and consensual. Always use water-based lube, people, please. Life pro tip from Lil Hellfire.
all right. You ladies have anything else to promote, or again, whatever tier you subscribe to, kids, that's how you get more toes from Marnell.
Well,
You can
we're
usually
not doing
find
the
us.
socials, so
Okay.
you know we're pretty bad about the whole socials thing. So
I think we're gonna try and do V for Vendetta next, since we had already done Idiocracy. But
Oh,
Yeah.
dang it. I love that.
what does next look like? Do we have an idea?
I'm free when you're free.
Oh, ouch!
Except I am buying a house in 6 days. So
Yeah.
And then why?
yeah, and then I will have the last 2 weeks of December off to move. So anytime before I screw up my work setup, my computer setup.
Or after, and get it
Or
figured
after.
out again.
Well, we look forward to it. We're on tenterhooks, ladies.
The
Yeah.
Aging Housewives stands for hiatus.
Hold, please.
All right. So, well, if anyone wants to get a hold of them, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. Or, because again, you can always get a hold of us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. Voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch, the classic Capes Lunatics merch. And of course, under threat of dying in a volcano, Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us in the Cash App link. So
Don't make me shake you down, nerds.
and the Patreon, where we're completely uncensored, not as uncensored as Marnell, but we're kind of pretty much uncensored. So yeah, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Oh, and then yes, follow me and Lilith personally on Blue Sky and Capes Lunatics podcast network on Blue Sky.
Everything in the show notes.
And now I could say, hey Lilith, we got to plan something because episode 350 is coming.
Yeah.
Lilith's like, you plan 350, I'll plan 369.
I mean, that's kind of how it works around here. But let me know. We can bounce some ideas for sure. We'll take some suggestions too. If you anybody has any suggestions for 350, let us know.
Yeah. Come on, Ray.
I think they want to see a puppet show.
Oh yeah, we gotta do Superman 3 at some point for Charlie around Charlie's birthday. All right, kids, thank you for joining us. For another week, we have been your capes.
Episode Lunatics. What's extra Lunatics?
How's it feel being
350 episodes, huh, Phil?
What?
350 episodes. That's long.
I know. That's what she said.
Oh, do you smoke after sex?
I don't know. I never looked, baby. Dianne, thanks for being the normal one here. Marnell, it was nice seeing you again.
You didn't have to, but we appreciate it.
Yes.
I feel like I was the boring one here.
No.
No.
The same
No
one.
one's boring here on Capes and Lunatics. We're all a little mad here.
All